Yeah, OK, all right, I know I'm late. Nice flowers, Jimmy, but an apology would have done.
For Jackie. She's got a cob on. She got a birthday.
Well, sort the domestics house on your own time. All right, Jimmy. Now, listen, there's a spark in there. He's fixing the bar sign above the bar, right? I want you to keep an eye on him and make sure he fixes that dodgy spotlight before he gets off. Okay. Hey, Terry! I'll see you in a minute down there, all right? Listen, I'm just off for a spot of lunch and I wondered if you'd like to join me.
Oh, I remember the days when you used to call it dinner. I've got to get off. He's just going to fill up and then I'm away.
Oh, yeah? Anywhere interesting?
Maybe.
Wouldn't have anything to do with the 500 quid you got off me last week, would it?
It could be, but you don't want to know about my social calendar, do you? Not now that you're trying to be the next string fellow.
He needs something to occupy him.
Well, should have seen the state of him when you were in Spain. At least he's not throwing his money away on the ale these days. That's something.
Yeah, well, he must be up to something soft, or he wouldn't be acting this cagey.
Hey, maybe he's playing the GGs. Or maybe he's got himself a bit of scare tucked away, know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, 10 to 1, whatever it is, he'll be on the losing side. Listen, forget about the electrician. I want you to keep your eye on him. Tell me where he goes.
Well, you mean follow him?
Well, I had you for security, didn't I? Well, listen, if you have a problem with that, just imagine I'm Morse. Ours not the reason why, eh, Lewis?
Right, okay. Nice day for the run, anyway.
Well, listen, Jimmy. If there's one scratch on that car, if you smoke one cig
Yeah,
here...
all right, I know. You'll bust me back to the ranks.
Yeah, the ranks of the unemployed as far as you're concerned, right?
All right, 10-4.
Right, get on with it or you'll miss him.
Hey, Jack!
You've got time for me now, Mr. Biggs. Finished giving you your orders for the day.
Oh, come on, behave, kid. Now, look, taking time off to get you these.
Nice. Shouldn't it be diamonds, then? You know, now you're in Clubland, a big shot in the underworlds.
I keep telling you, the new club scene's not like that, is it? Listen, kid, I've got to get off.
Oh, careful. You nearly spent some time with me there.
Look, I've said I'm sorry about your birthday and that, haven't I? And anyway, I'm going to make it up to you Friday, OK? And I promise I'll spoil you rotten.
Here we go. First it's flowers, then a 3-course meal job.
Hey, listen, fish chips and peas, OK? Now, look, I'll take you somewhere decent, OK? Here. There. I love you.
I thought I saw you passing on us during a coffee for a client. Ryan likes us to call them clients, not customers. Sets the tone, doesn't it?
Listen, Julia, sorry and that, you know what I mean, but I've got a bit of urgent business, all right?
Oh, well, I won't keep you. It's just with Ardrod and Diana still not speaking. You know, they've got themselves in a right state.
Yeah, it's a shame they can't get it together, isn't it? But what can you do, eh?
Oh, it breaks my heart when I think about that Peter House and all this business coming between such a lovely couple. And neither of them will climb down, you see. So I thought, if you could have a word with Diana, you know, get her to get in touch with Ardrod.
Yeah, right, OK.
You will?
Yeah, fine, but look, I've got to get off, OK?
You getting off for what?
I'm just going, boss. Cheers.
So I'll tell Diana then you'll call into the farmlands to see her.
Yeah, OK, I'll see what I can do.
Thanks. Oh. I always said his heart was sometimes in the right place, but I call it
Why do I think it'd have been better sending Malcolm the Mountie?
Sorry?
Just a little errand I'm sending Jimmy on. Anyway, what are you doing round here? It's no problem, my little empire, is there?
No, just the odd plumbing crisis with the hair salon. I've just been round to see Sinbad. Managed to get somebody to come over.
Oh, well, whatever, you are the site manager after all. Glad we got our little problem over the road cleared up as well.
Ah, you mean our friendly neighbourhood racist, Mr. George Webb. What? Just followed your advice. Telephoned the petrol company, told them that if they didn't get him out, we'd have to renegotiate their contract. There's a temporary manager in there till they find a replacement.
They are. Told you, didn't I, Max? Just a phone call, a word in the right ear. I mean, you've got weight, haven't you? So why not use it? So all the rest of my tenants are happy then, are they?
Yes, give or take the odd grumble or leaky guttering. Listen, I must meet you for lunch sometime. Get you to sanction some of the larger maintenance costs.
I will say when, but I can't do it today, and the rest of this week's out really because I want to stick around here. There's someone I've got to see.
Somebody I might know? Well, give Karen my regards. I wondered why you were taking so much interest in this charity fashion show.
Public spirited, that's me, Max. Anyway, I'll see you sometime, all right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Tricia said I could run a few things through the machine.
Well, I was going to wash these things of Thomas's.
Yes, well, I'm sure they'll all fit in together.
I don't want to be any trouble.
You're not. Coffee and a sandwich, anyone? Hello, darling.
Hello. Sorting out a problem at the shop, so I just thought I'd come back for lunch.
Oh, well, I'm afraid lunch won't be anything very exotic, not with the fashion show coming up. I was just going to grab a sandwich.
I could make something if you like.
Or I could make omelettes.
Or how about I do my world-famous mushrooms on toast?
Excellent solution.
Good. I've got an hour or so before I go back. Ah.
I could go and get some bread.
Oh, hang on, I'll give you some money.
No, I'd rather, honestly. I've been good enough as it is. In fact, I've been thinking I haven't really got enough money to pay me way round here. Maybe you should start looking for somewhere else to stay.
Wouldn't hear of it, would we, Max?
No.
Not when you've nowhere else to go with the court case coming up. You need all the support you can get.
Thanks. But at least let me pay for the loaf. My bag's upstairs.
Mushrooms on toast do all right for you, Anna?
Oh, no, I'm not very hungry, actually. And I've got some letters I want to post.
You don't want anything to eat at all?
No, really. And, I'll move some more of Thomas's things into my room, shall I, if Diana's going to be staying much longer?
Look, Anna, I know you don't like having to share your room with Thomas, but we've all had our space invaded. I'd hoped that under the circumstances
Yes,
you
but
might...
it won't be for much longer. Will it, Patricia?
Be for as long as Diana needs it. After all, we don't want to make her a victim of homelessness as well as rape, do we?
Did you mean this one or this one?
I'll wash them both and we can decide which you should wear tomorrow.
This thing tomorrow is just to put in a plea and fix a date for the case.
Yes, I know, but you want to look tidy.
True. Yeah, I'll do these. You'll be late for school and you look tired.
Yes, well, I can't deny your dad and I have had a few sleepless nights since all this began.
Yeah. I'm sorry about it all rebounding on you too.
It's not as if you're guilty, is it?
No. A lot of rape, anyway. But Dad was probably right. I should have had more sense than being in that bedroom with her in the first place.
Not the brightest thing you ever did. It was stupid. But what matters now is that you don't end up paying too heavy a price for it. And I don't mean financially.
There was that too, isn't there? Barristers don't come cheap, do they? Seeing as I'm not eligible for legal aid.
Well, we'll just have to find the money, that's all. Your dad said he might pop in and see the bank manager while he's out. See about the possibility of us borrowing if we need to.
No way. I'm not letting you and Dad go into debt. I'm working. I might be able to borrow some.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Anyway, I hope to get costs when they find me innocent.
You get that. I'll leave you to put these in the machine. And if you could just get them out as soon as they're finished, and then they won't take too much ironing.
Oh, hi, Anna. Come in.
I hope you don't mind. It's just I was getting so angry.
Hello, Anna.
Hello. It's just I thought I ought to let you know, if you don't already, that Diana has moved in with Mr. and Mrs. Farnham.
She's moved in. How come?
Well, it seems she had some sort of argument with her husband's sister.
Oh, Tracy.
And so she didn't want to go and live at Julia's with her. Patricia says she has nowhere else to go.
But it's in their house Dan is claiming the whole thing happened. And now the Farnhams have taken her in. How's it going to look?
It's going to look as if they believe her. That they're on her side, just like everybody else.
Not everyone.
You seen my brother here? Work's his middle name. But fear not, Cinderella. Me and Fairy Godmother here have come to take you away from all this.
Oh, you couldn't turn the rent and mortgage into a pumpkin wire, could you?
No, but you could forget they exist for a while and come out for a meal with us tonight.
Treat ourselves, sir. After all the hassle we've had lately, I thought we could go to that bistro. Drink a toast to absent racists.
Yeah, we've got word off our backs, but we're still up to our next debt-wise. Look, thanks for asking, but I can't take a night off when we need every penny we're making here.
No. Mike can do your shift tonight and I'll do his tomorrow. Oh, come on. We haven't had a chance to celebrate the engagement yet, have we?
You know what they say, two's company.
And three's a party. Oh, what would you say about Marianne refusing to marry me on account of you, huh? Well, she might do if she thought she was going to get a really boring brother-in-law. Isn't that right?
I don't know about that, but it would be nice if you came.
Yeah, why not? Be good to get out, I suppose.
See? I told you to give up if you attacked in twos. What a team.
Side bay, please, mate.
Sorry to disturb you, love. Thought I'd just pop over and see how our Diana was. You there, is she?
Yes. Come in.
You got it very nice here.
Thanks. I was just about to start supper. Max will be home soon. But if you'd like a cup of tea or...
Oh, you're all right, thanks, love. Won't be stopping long. Although Jimmy and Jackie Cork might. They said they'll pop over and see how she is later. We can all have a good jangle then, eh?
Right. Well, I'll go and get Di.
See you later, you know. See you later. Straight away, They're full. So what are you gonna have?
Anything as long as it's not pizza. Looks all right, doesn't it?
Yeah? Oh, and the wine's on me.
No, I'll stick with the lager, thanks.
It's your sense of occasion. We've come to celebrate fixing a date for the nuptials.
Oh, right. So, when's it going to be then?
February.
The 14th. Well, it's Valentine's Day, isn't it?
Oh, right.
I said it was a bit corny, but...
Well, so it's Corn Incorporated, but it goes with how I feel. And it gives you lots of time to write a best man speech. I want you to say what a great brother I am, how you're not losing a brother, but you're gaining a sister.
Just, get into the registry office on time, eh?
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Well, you better have. You've got a big part to play in this wedding of ours, hasn't he?
I take it they don't know you're over here consulting with the enemy?
No, I just said I was going out. Patricia was too busy condemning you to our square. They all were. I wanted so much to say something, you know, defend you.
Well, I suppose more importantly, you're willing to stand up for me in court.
Of course I will. I told your solicitor what's happening isn't right. Diana was the one who led you into that bedroom. Then I think she was ashamed, and so she said you forced her.
Yeah. Can't be easy for you, though, swimming against the tide.
Swimming?
Well, yeah, when just about everyone else thinks I'm guilty.
But I don't.
No. Look, why don't we forget the coffee and go for a drink? Unless you mind being seen out with public enemy number one.
No, a drink would be nice.
Great. Just going in the pub, Mum. Won't be long.
But
your dad's gone for a takeaway.
Well, I'll stick it in the microwave when I get back. Just get a jacket.
I'm not sure he should be seen out enjoying himself, especially when he's being caught tomorrow.
But if he hides himself away, people might think it's from guilt.
Right. Ready then?
Now, you won't be late, will you? You've got tomorrow to think about.
Mum, we've been through this. Tomorrow they just read out the charge. I tell them I'm not guilty, and that's all. It's what happens after that I'm worried about.
Then you should relax while you can.
Yeah. Don't worry. We'll be late.
Jackie brought them for me. Lovely, aren't they?
Yeah. Couldn't have picked better myself.
Right, well, you'll have to excuse me. Max is due home and we usually eat when he gets back.
Don't you mind us, love. You see to his meal. Having the tea on the table is the best way of hanging on to a husband, I always say. What?
Tact, Julia.
It's in the dictionary between tacky and twit. Diana knows I didn't mean it. Listen, it's not easy for me, you know. I'm piggy in the middle here, with Rod being my grandson.
So, he's my nephew and all, isn't he? Which is all the more reason why I should go over the road and sort that Peter Harrison one out.
Hey, you do Jimmy Corkill and you and me a history, I'm telling you. I might have known. It's support the girl needs, not the Corkills rowing and throwing the fists about.
Hey, you. It was you that asked me to come, remember?
Stop it, all of you. I'll go and see if she's all right.
Wow. This is nice.
Well, I'll just pop to the little boy's room. If the bride-to-be will excuse me.
He never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah. Full of surprises, eh?
No, but... Well, would you have said he was the sort to get carried away by wedding arrangements?
Well, not until he met you, no. And I wanted to thank you. Ellis not going berserk when all this racist stuff was going on was down to you. Being a calming influence and all that.
So, you do approve, then?
Yeah, sure. Look, I think that you're the best thing that's happened to him. But you don't need my approval, do you?
No. Well, just be nice to know that you like the idea.
I just think that he's very lucky to have someone like you in his life.
And, what about the women in your life?
Well, there's my little Gemma. And I wanted to thank you for letting them stay at your place. It was a big help knowing that they were safe when that racist web was still hanging around.
It's okay. They're great kids. But that's you, the dad. What about you, the man? And don't tell me you're one of those people who doesn't need some romance in their life.
I wasn't going to.
What have I missed?
We were just talking about romance.
Or in my case, a lack of it.
What you need is for the right woman to come along. Hey? Yeah.
Jimmy.
Come on, what are we doing? We hanging round here waiting for her to come down or what?
I suppose much helps it me.
Julia wanted me to persuade her to try and get in touch with our lodge, you know.
Oh, she won't. Says if Rod won't come to her, she's not having any. And she's determined to go through the court case, you know, with or without him.
Yeah, well, I still think the easiest way to sort all this out is for me to go and punch a third nostril through that rapist Harrison's face. Taking advantage of a nice kid like Diana.
Oh, I'm going if you're going to start your Edward G. Robinson stuff. What with your vendettas and your clubs. Living with you is like co-starring in some rotten old black and white movie.
Yeah, all right. I'll behave, okay? Oh, come on, let's get out of here. Another flicks, if you like. Might be an old Edward G. Robinson on.
The flicks? You'll have to do better than that. What about this meal you promised?
Yeah. Tomorrow night, defo, I'm telling you. You're getting the works, the lot. Wine, candlelight.
Why? Why do I fall for it every time?
Why do they all have to be here? I leave at home, I come back to a drop-in centre.
Look, I don't exactly need this either, not with the fashion show coming up next week. But I could hardly object to the girl's relatives visiting her.
The Addams family.
Apart from us, they're all she's got.
You eat, Pat. We're off.
God help her.
I've told you she needs me. She knows where to find me. I never thought it would come to this. My own grandson's wife having to live with strangers. No offence.
None taken, I'm sure.
You could have still been living over the road. All that rush to get you out and the Shackletons haven't even moved in yet. Now, you just take care of yourself.
Yeah, if you pop for a keep.
Well, if you insist.
Right.
Well, really isn't necessary.
And make sure you get plenty of rest. That's the important thing.
Well, listen, you know, if she needs anything.
Come on, Suffler.
Let's get home.
Hey, listen, I've just got to call in and give Barry his car back, all right?
Well, I'm not trailing to see him. I'll see you back at home.
OK. You can be choosing your glad rags for our meal out tomorrow, can't you?
Go on, then. Better be somewhere special. I don't know. Men. One way or another, they'll have the way with you.
I'll just go and put these flowers in some water. Thanks, all of you, for coming.
God. Could bite me tongue off.
Shouldn't worry about it. I think Diana's probably a lot stronger than any of us give her credit for.
Let's hope you're right, because the poor girl's going to need all the strength she can muster once this court case starts.
Anyway, sorry to have intruded, love. We'll see ourselves out.
Yeah, listen, don't forget, you know, if she needs anything, like...
Oh, right.
Night all.
Oh, well, I know what Normandy felt like now after the invasion. And I have noticed that Anna isn't here.
Yeah, it's her night off. And I've half a suspicion who she might be spending it with, since she bristles every time Peter Harrison's name is mentioned.
We don't know that for sure.
Oh, come on, Max. It's patently obvious she doesn't believe Diana's side of the story. I just hate the thought that everything that happens here is getting reported to the Harrisons.
Well, if you want a hassle-free nanny, you should go back to one who likes priests.
Sorry. I've put the flowers in the sink for now. I think I'll get off to bed. Arrange them tomorrow.
It's nice to know people think so highly of you.
Not the one that matters, though, eh? Night, then.
See well. Well, I hope you're right about her being stronger than she looks.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh, you shouldn't have rushed, Jimmy. Could have called a cab.
I brought it back earlier on. There was no sign of you.
Why don't we just skip the excuses and get straight to the reason why I gave you the car in the first place?
It's all right. I followed Terry like you told me to, right? And I'll tell you something. That minicab driver didn't have to take his time.
Jimmy, will you just tell me where he went?
All right. Birkenhead. Straight up, Birkenhead. He went into one of them big aisle houses they've done up into what's it, you know, flats.
And what did he get up to there?
Who knows? Don't worry, it wasn't your house of ill repute or anything. Well, I'm not judging by the people who were coming and going anyway. I had a word with a couple of them. Don't worry, I was discreet.
And what did you discreetly find out then, Jim?
Well, they said that they see Terry, right, arrive at the house 2-3 times a week. He usually stays for about an hour or two. But neither of them knew which flat he visits or who lives in it. Well, come on, I did my best. Anyway, Terry's a big lad, isn't he? Whatever he gets up to in Birkenhead, I'm sure he can take care of himself.
Well, that's because you don't know him like I do. He could be in any kind of bother. Could be getting ripped off, anything.
Behave. Do you reckon? Hey, listen, tell you what. I could nip back over, couldn't I? You know, have a little bit of a nose round and that, like.
No. I'll tell you what. Just give me the address, eh? I reckon it's about time I had a little visit to this secret little haunt of Terry's. Try and suss out what he's up to, eh?
Oh no, we're being squashed by Brookside. By Brookside.
Yes, anyway, Brookside is back on Monday at 2:10. And if you want to watch the whole week's worth of editions, you can see the omnibus version. That's on Sunday at 10:30. You'll be watching that, won't you?
Bit of toast and Marmite in my pyjamas. Lovely.
Now, tomorrow at 2:10, right here on Living Live, we've got the international entertainment news in Entertainment Now. And today we've been running our EastEnders competition. You can win one of 5 15th anniversary versions, videos.
You can. And to win one of those videos, all you have to do is answer this very simple question. In EastEnders, who recently gave away baby Chloe for adoption? If you think you know the answer, call us now on 0870 980...